Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is my second report, a second sharing of how my visiting massage therapist went. Today, I saw a woman, a young girl called Verity, and I uh, was able to meet with her, and she was someone that I was able to pick from the roster of the girls that were going to be there today, and I was able to uh, um, have her uh, in at the actual massage place today when I came in. So I plan to see her. This is an image of her, like a cartoon like image of her. That was an older picture of her that I've done a cartoon image of her years ago. She uh, she took a holiday and she traveled around Australia in a camper van, and that's a real adult thing to do. And it's surprising that a young girl would take off and travel around Australia. Her profile says returning lady, so I knew that she was a girl that used to work there and took an absence and then came back. Some people might see returning lady and they may think that she was traumatized by working there and now she's decided to come back feeling better about it. But we make assumptions and we're quick to make assumptions and make judgments about people, and they tend to be wrong many times. I found Verity had really the first thing I noticed about her was that she had a beautiful smile. She was behind the reception desk when I arrived. So she was the young lady that was chosen to show me into the seat where you wait. And I noticed a smile behind the reception, and she showed me in. I commented on her tattoos, and always seemed to really like females that have tattoos. I like males with tattoos too. Getting a tattoo years ago used to be like a rebellious thing that people did, and tattoos were only seemed to be done by people that were rebellious or free thinkers. And I liked her tattoos, and we went into the room, and I shared with her that I had an addiction for 38 years to prostitutes and massages with happy ending and sexual massages. And I told her today I want her to keep her clothes on, and I don't want to have a happy ending, and that I had a gift a spiritual gift that allowed me to do prophecies. And I thought I'd come in and talk to her, have a chat to her, and give her spiritual messages of God. And she was happy about that. And we started the massage, and she was fairly good at massage. I enjoyed the massage, and we started talking to her. I started talking to her, found out that she practices Reiki and does sort of healing massages to her. She doesn't call herself a healer. She doesn't identify as a healer, but someone who massages people and sings over people and brings about a state of wellness and healing for people. She was very open. I discerned by God and told her that she's a person who sees good in people. She doesn't like to dwell on the bad that she sees in people or she finds in people, but tends to highlight the good in people and compliment people and bring forth compliments to people about the good things that she sees in people, that she's a real encourager. And she agreed to that. And talking about spiritual things, and she said that she knows Jesus, and that Jesus was an example of a really good empath. And an empath is a person who's sensitive and can feel what others are feeling. If someone's depressed or sad or upset or anxious, if you're an empath, you can, in the presence of that person, you can feel the anxiety, or you can feel the depression or the sadness. And as an empath, you can have empathy for the person and be skilled with your language and her massage and her ability to do Reiki to minister to the person and bring like a state of wellness to the person, or identify the issue and say things or deal with the person that would help them with anxiousness. And so she said that Jesus was the ultimate empath, and that he was the best demonstration, the best example of unconditional love that the world had seen. And I think that description was more than just understanding or something she'd read. I got the sense that that came from having some sort of interaction with him and an understanding through her own life experience. And I asked her about that, and she said that was true, that she really liked Jesus. And I said to her that if I'm correct, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I sense that you would call yourself a spiritual person, but you would, even though you like Jesus, you wouldn't identify yourself as a Christian. And she said, exactly right. And but I sense that you agree with Jesus' message, and you tend to love him and would like to. I didn't say this, but I got the sense that she would like to model her life on the life of Jesus. I told her that my angel had directed me to come into and see her today, and to come and bring her a message, and she was open to that. And I shared that, asked her if she liked Michael Jackson. I told her that Michael Jackson travels with me, and she confessed that when she was a child, Michael Jackson was her hero. And she told me that she used to play her Michael Jackson CDs on her sister's CD player, and she used to play and sing Michael Jackson and dance her head off to Michael Jackson. And she said that she had a crush on him, and I told her that he was going to come up behind her and give her a hug from behind. And I asked her, could she feel him? And she said she felt heat and love on one side of her body. And as I left, I asked her if I could hug her, and I gave her a hug from Michael Jackson, and he whispered in her ear, I love you just the way you are. Don't go changing yourself to make me happy. I love you just the way you are. And she was touched by that. Brought up the subject of Mary Magdalene, that I'd written books by Mary Magdalene, asked her if she knew her, and she said she really loves Mary Magdalene and really admires her. And I was able to say that I'd written 4 books with interviews from Mary Magdalene, and I was able to ask her my scribe angel Bethany had said to me, don't force your business card on people, but rather talk about it and ask them if they'd like to receive a business card off you with information about your name, so they can look you up on YouTube and look up your books. And I asked her if she'd like my business card so she can look me up, and she did. She was happy that I was on YouTube. I told her that I'd be doing a video sharing the encounter that I had with her, and in the future I'd be making a book with the different girls' testimonies, and that I'd get 10 to 15 books printed up, and I'd bring them into the center and start to give them to the girls that were still present in the center that they're about. And she said she'd look me up on YouTube and look up this video and listen to this video. I told her that she asked her if she'd ever been called a sweetheart, and she said yes, multiple times. And I said that's because she's got a really sweet spirit, and in that way, she's very much like Michael Jackson, because he's got a really sweet heart. I told her that Michael was childlike and really innocent, and she was very similar to Michael in that no matter if she'd suffered or experienced trauma in her life, she was able to forgive and get past it and remain a child and remain innocent. So it was a really enjoyable encounter. It was like a meeting of minds. I told her that if we were allowed to contact each other outside of the establishment, that she's really deep, and she's the sort of person that I'd like to have as a friend and interact with. I said that I keep myself pretty busy, and I keep myself entertained, and so I've got to choose my friends and choose them wisely to take up my time. I said, but if we're allowed to meet up outside of here, if it was allowed by your rules of the establishment, you'd be someone I'd like to choose as a friend, because I can see that you're really deep and you like speaking about things that are deep. And she was touched that I could see that, and she was an overall blessing to meet. It was a great encounter. With these encounters that I'm having, I'm really glad that I'm not the average client who requires her to have her clothes off and requires her to masturbate them at the end and do a sexual thing. She was able to tell me that many men are nervous, and you can tell they're anxious about waiting to have the happy ending, and they seem to be focused on that and looking forward to that. And sometimes I asked her, it came up when she was giving me a head massage, and she said many of the guys that are booked for half an hour, they're not interested in that. They're too focused on the happy ending that she can't do it. But I really enjoyed her. She's got a lot to offer. I said she would she'd be really well used in teaching, maybe a blog or something, communicating truth and communicating her heart. She said actually she feels led to start her own YouTube channel and start to share videos and share things on video. And I said that's a really good idea, and I tended to say that that's the sort of thing God wants her to do. But I didn't say that, but I let her know that that was a good idea, and she should carry that through. So if you actually logged on to YouTube, Verity, and you went to my channel because you've got my name and you saw this video, God bless you, and I pray that your dreams come true and you become the person that you're striving to be. I pray that you find yourself and you become adjusted and you have great success in everything that you do. God bless you, listeners. I hope you were encouraged by this, that I could, who had a 38-year addiction to sex workers, that I'm actually healed and I don't need to participate in anything sinful anymore. But God has chosen to redeem this way of life and sent me in there to touch the girls and witness to the girls and minister the love of Jesus to the girls. I'm very happy to do it, and I'm happy that I'm able to make this video and share with you my encounter. God bless.